Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of my easy mode playthrough of Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. Last time we cleared out a bit of New Sorpigal outside, and I promised to go inside the abandoned temple to solve some quests. But in between I actually had a change of heart, and I'm gonna do something that I actually haven't done before because mostly because I didn't have the means to do so. So let's load up. I didn't actually go through descriptions of some of the skills we acquired. I guess identify item is fairly straightforward. So is merchant, disarm trap I already explained. Perception is a tricky one. I used to never take perception, and I still don't, but there's one place where perception is actually mandatory, and I'm gonna get back to it when we get there. It's like very far in the future. But on top of increasing your chances to avoiding traps if they do blow up in your face, it should also light up some special places red. For example, some secret passages. Now, since I never took perception, I didn't bother. I never noticed anything untowards. I was just clicking around looking for secret passages, and that's how I was usually finding them. In Might and Magic 7, this skill is quite useful from the beginning because you can really see where all the hidden treasures are. So I'm gonna try to put some more points into this from the beginning, but what I want to actually do, apart from this, is to get our Sorcerer Expert Air Magic fairly quickly. And as I mentioned, one of the ways to do it is to get the Fly spell or spell scroll and get to the second floor of the building here in New Sorpigal. But another teacher is in Free Heaven, and we have access to Free Heaven because we have our Gate Master with us. So even though I'm not a speedrunner, I do like to kind of think about how to maximize my efficiency of playthroughs, even in a small way. So I thought that instead of going to the abandoned temple, I would spend some time here clearing out the remainder of the island and get Water Magic Expert as well, and then go to Free Heaven by Town Portal to get the Air Magic Expert as well. In Free Heaven we can also get our fella to get Merchant Expert. It's not a big boost, but it is a boost. Yeah. And whenever I get skill points from now on Kukulin, I'm gonna put a bit more into perception so that I can see if I missed something. But the reason why I'm taking really the Air Magic Expert is to get expert, to get the second tier level of Wizard Eye, which shows treasures as black triangles on the minimap. Due to my usual style of playing, I only get this once I get to Free Heaven, so it's very late in the game, and I'm really curious how the maps are gonna be looking like when with the Wizard Eye at the expert level so early in the game. It should be fun. Right. So, since our plans have changed, I guess I'm gonna visit. Oh, that's one more thing that I want to do before. So, yeah, even though I cannot identify those rings, I can check for their effects. So let's do it one by one. So there is no effect on this one, but this is quite a valuable ring, so I'm gonna keep it until I get Merchant Expert to sell it for a better price. This ring has no effect that I can see. This ring. Nope. Okay.
I don't know.
Sparkling ring.
I don't know.
Ah! Resistance to cold. I think you'll get resistance to cold, Emer.
I don't know.
Why not? Oh, well, I'm here. I'm gonna check. Oh, this ring is value 900. That's quite good. I think I'm gonna wait until I get expert to sell it. Right. Continuing. Another ring. I don't see any effect. This one. Nope. Some amulets perhaps have something on them. This one doesn't. Ah! Intellect +2. You're gonna be blessed with more intellect, Miss Aoife. Continuing on. That's useless. This one. Ah, there we go. See, the might has increased slightly. So since we're banking on Coquelin to get as much might as possible, I'm gonna leave him with the gauntlets of +4 might. Even though the armor class is a bit lower, but Enya can get the gauntlets. No, she's very tanky actually. Her armor class is through the roof, but he has hit points to, to survive a bit more punishment. I think I checked everything else last time. Right. So I'm gonna move stuff that I'm not gonna sell to Enya for now, and move everything else here. Is there any way I can? No, I don't see any way I can do this. Perhaps. So now we're gonna go and sell the cheap stuff, and I'm gonna explore a bit of this map. We have water magic expert, so we should be able to travel 20 minutes per one casting, which should be sufficient enough to clear the surrounding areas. First, let's drink from the Fountain of Might, which is going to help us. Just making sure that everybody got it. All right. Armor, come on, defense.
Don't touch the merchandise.
Yeah. So let's sell all these. Alright, nothing else. Now, let's say you want to, you have one dedicated fella that is has higher merchant skill than the rest of them, but you want to sell these things. So normally you would think that you need to exit the shop, rearrange your equipment, and enter again. But you can actually either through buy or through special skill screen go into the inventory and move stuff around. Alright, this should be it. Now I can sell these. Perfect. Let's see what you have actually. Anything? Castle shield. +9. That's a nice shield. But I'm not gonna be buying anything yet. Not in these shops anyway.
Come back soon.
Looking for a weapon?
Alright, axe. Yes. This is useless.
I don't know. One. Ah, I know it. Right. Let's see. I should have enough room now for the crossbow. Yep. And we said we would buy a dagger, so I'm gonna move this dagger to Colin and buy this piercing dagger and sell all the rest. So this longsword is actually quite good, but we do a lot more damage with this guy. Oh, actually identified. I don't know.
Alright, Anything else? No. Alright,
Come
good.
again.
So Aoife gets her dagger, and now she's doing whopping 15 to 19 damage. So like, she's doing very well compared to these guys. Like, if you do 15 to 19 damage on your sorcerer, you know, in your Sorpigal at the beginning of the game, you're doing very well. I'll take a sip of water. She's basically doing the same damage as our cleric, so I'm very happy with this. And finding piercing dagger is a rarity in the Sorpigal, but it can happen.
I don't know.
Oh, you can't identify this. We'll keep it for now.
I don't know.
This gets.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna move this to here so that we can sell it for a better price.
I don't know.
These scrolls to be identified. These don't do don't they? Yeah. Yeah. Just rechecking that they indeed. Cold. Cold resistance for you then.
I don't know.
This ring. I checked this ring.
I don't
I
know.
check this ring as well. All right. So. I think we should actually buy some empty bottles. They're fairly cheap,
Have a look around.
so I'm gonna buy them
Thank you.
so that I can move some potions into them. So since I'm looking at cure poison is purple, so it's blue plus red. Blue plus red.
Success.
So I want,
believe
as
it
you, and
worked.
you saw when I moved one bottle of the other, I got the empty bottle back. So you lose bottles if you mix them ingredients improperly, or if you drink it, obviously. But otherwise, you get the empty
Success.
bottle back,
Success.
which is nice. You don't have to buy like a crap ton of bottles all the time. Now, there's one place I haven't showed you yet, and it's actually up here. So two houses here. One deals with expert perception that Arco Colin is gonna get quite soon, and that just said the Marco
Nice to
Caligula and
see.
Darkmoor offers mastery, and Hans Gifford will teach mastery in Free Heaven, and we can get identify expert from this guy. So all the skills that we need, we can actually get on New Sorpigal. We have easy access to this place due to our spell. This place is still closed. It's open from 8 AM and it's 7 AM now. So I'm just gonna go out. There we go. So you might as well use this spell. 5 hours. Alright. You can see this casts the spell scroll casts the spells at an expert level, so you can actually see. Well, I can see. I don't know if it will be good enough resolution to see on the YouTube, but there are 2 blue dots, and there's more blue dots here, which means I missed a lot of stuff. I looked at the footage, and like on my screen, these are very, very apparent, but when I looked at the footage on YouTube, the dots that represent, for example, enemies are quite distorted, so they're barely visible. I don't think there's much I can do about that. I don't think increasing bitrate will help that much. But as I said, on my screen these are very apparent, so there's an issue there that I haven't solved, and I don't know if I can solve it with my skills. Alright, so let's destroy these fellas and see what's on this island. Not wizard eye, waterwalk. There's a mage, so he's like he's the most powerful version of this type of enemies, but I want to start from.
That was too easy.
So there's gonna be a lot of them, so I'm expecting to take a lot of damage, but but with our OP group we should be okay. Alright. Come on. I think we need to start healing people. Oh, well, I said our accuracy was good, but it might not be good enough. So we got rid of Goblin King and Mage. How many more mages are there? At least 4. They're quite dangerous fellas. Come on. Alright, so now Emer is in a full heal mode. This is not looking good, and something happened to... yeah.
I don't know.
So this is how broken item looks like. It turns red. And since we have no repair, it's going to be very difficult to do anything about it. Right. So this is not looking good. Our water walk is still valid for 11 minutes. Let's see if we can kill somebody else. Now, if your fella gets unconscious, like they won't be getting any experience. Ooh, and I'm only healing 10 hit points per shot. Alright. This is not good. Alright, so. Please! So now my tactic changes to let's kill the low level guys and then scoot, but yeah, that's not going very well. So I'm just gonna do a tactical retreat. So well, there's that. I thought my party was OP, but apparently we're not that OP. Oh well. And what's over there? This is really strange. I should be able... like, I have a pretty high accuracy, so I should be able to hit those fellas more often than I did. So let me go to the temple, heal our... maybe don't need to waste money. Maybe I'll just go to the fountain and heal up this way for now. Do you have body magic? You don't, actually, so you can't be a healer. This fountain has limited uses per day. Oh yeah, see, now it's refreshing, so I can't... alright. So I guess I'm gonna spend 10 gold to heal Cucullin back to full health, and then we're gonna continue. So this is how the beginning of the game usually looks like. You kill what you can, and then you limp back to temple, you know, to heal everybody. And you continue on, like, very, very slowly, trudging on.
Can I help you?
Some might call it not fun, but I like it.
I don't know.
Oh, this is pretty expensive wand. But let's see if there's any... oh, right. So these spells are fairly useless, so I'm gonna just sell them all. Sell the amulets for a bit of more gold. Okay.
Thanks. Come again.
Thanks, come again. I like this voice actress. Whee! So now that we activated all those fellas, they're not going to be spawning in their usual positions. They're going to be very close to the shore. And when the enemies are very close to water, when they die, sometimes they fall into the water, which means you're going to lose the body. So let's try to pull everybody towards us, so the amount of firepower that's directed at us is fairly limited, and just start exchanging long-range blows. Bastard. Come on. Be dead. Yeah, okay. One less. And so there are two ways of approaching this. One is to first get rid of the weak ones, so when you come back, only the strong ones, which are there's not the pods usually contain many weak creatures and a few of the stronger ones. So if you dispose of the many weak, then you should have easier time dealing with the stronger. There is also another way, quite the opposite. You first dispose of the strong creatures, as many as you can, and then rest is just,
Ha,
you know,
got him.
extremely easy. Right? So I think this mage is the most... I think he's too far away. I can't shoot him. Yeah, he can't hit us as well, so we're safe for now. Alright, still too far away. Surprisingly, the spells and arrows have the range in this game. So you can see he's constantly fails to hit us, which means he's too far away. And if he can't hit us, we can't hit him as well. Come on. And Goblin Kings don't do enough. I should have not have done that. Like, I wasted 2 arrows. Come on, Goblin King. Ah, you're nearly dead. That's fine. Alright. Alright. So there are 3 mages, which we need to dispose of quite quickly. And the rest of the enemies look... Wait, no, there's still a few more mages over there. This is mage. Alright. I have to kill you now.
Got another one.
But I need to kill this fella first. Alright. Ah, no! He's running away. This sometimes happens when you mash the quick cast button, is that your arrows, when the enemies start to run away, like you're not targeting them anymore. Yeah, we have to kill you because you'll be casting spells from far away. Now, you're behind the ditch, so he can't hit us now, but we can't hit him as well. Alright, let's get rid of you. Come on. Alright. Now you're out of the ditch, so you can hit us. I think the mages have like 40 hit points, so they're fairly beefy. As you can see, even for a level 6 party that has like upgraded stats, this is...
Ha, got him.
It doesn't require like constant returning to the temple, but it's quite... it's not as easy as you might expect. Are you running away? No, you're not running away. You're not running away. Ah, another mage. Shit. Ah, I lost some arrows because I was shooting them when he had a spell on in my field of vision. So there's 2 more enemies. One is here. The other one is. Oh, I think he's actually inside the shrine, but he's clipping through it. Come on. Nope. You can see some of the shots by Aoife were missing completely. Let's kill this Goblin King. Okay. So this is the Shrine of Luck, which is activated in August, but we're several months away from that happy time. Oh, I found a mace, level 1 of course, so nothing very useful. Dink, 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 dink. Oh, I think I found another... I think it was a staff, yeah? I think it was on an apprentice mage, so... 2 food. Oh, and a sparkling ring. So let's visit this house, and I think we can learn some magic expertise here. Yep. So as I said the previous episode, to get water magic expert in your Sorpigal, you actually have to have an advanced water magic spell, and otherwise you have to travel all the way to Free Heaven, which we could have done anyway, but since we have a bit of time, we can do it now.
All right.
So now Aoife, the sorcerer, is an expert in water magic, and we need to travel to Harper Collins in Mist to get mastery, which is not going to happen for a while. So now our water walk spells don't last for 20 minutes, it lasts 40 minutes. So we have to cast it usually in once. So let's see. Do I want to go there? That's a big question. I still have some hit points left, so I may just want to investigate quickly, and if I find enemies to be too tough, I'll simply go back. We still have a lot of time. Like, I'm not gonna be do much exploring of Free Heaven, but Free Heaven has apprentice mages and archers as the enemies. So we already saw that big groups of apprentice mages and mages can be quite dangerous. So I don't think we'll be able to explore Free Heaven too much, especially since, well, you'll see why. In Sorpigal we can go into the temple and heal up. That option is not readily available in Free Heaven, and you'll see why. Alright. Water walk. What do we have here? Ooh, I don't like this. This looks like an ambush place, and haven't played this game in a while, so I want to be extra cautious here. This looks like an ambush. First, let's visit this house and see what they have to tell us.
Good day.
Teacher. 3% of gold for 10% bonus. If you don't have an instructor, teacher is the next best thing.
Good day.
Ancient weapons expertise. Igor, the teacher. Wait. I'm stupid. I'm here. I thought I was on the another island over here. Okay. The reason why I said that looks like an ambush is because I know there's another ambush place on this map. I just had a little bit of a brain fart because I remembered it looked a bit differently. So when I saw this place, I thought, it looks differently, but I might be remembering things wrong. So, do I really want to go there? Let's chance it. Yeah. This is the place, unfortunately. This is a place called Garrick's Forge, and we'll be visiting it at some point in our playthrough. We'll be visiting all the places. Let me save this again, because yeah. This place looks very suspicious.
Good day.
Naomi Highland the healer, and she tells you about the fruit trees. If you see a fruit trees in the orchards with the apples on, you can take them. They're free for all to take, which is a nice concept, and you saw me do it several episodes ago.
Hello.
Scholar. Now, Scholar is a quite good to have, because what scholars do, scholars allow you to get rid of one of your, let's say, skills. Normally you need to have somebody, you don't need, but to get in order not to pay for identification of items in the shops, which costs money, you need somebody at a certain skill level in identification. Now, scholars give 5% bonus to all experience and unlimited item identification, which is, I think it's quite a good choice for a follower, because you have then more skill points. You don't need to put any skill points into any identification ever again. And yeah, this is, I think Scholar is I severely underestimated Scholar during all my previous playthroughs. I was usually going for Instructor, which gives 15% to experience, and Banker, which gives 20% on all gold earned, because I was a very greedy person. But when I read some of the opinions on the internet, and I kind of agree that unlimited item identification is maybe not a huge deal, but if you're playing this game normally, this is something that you should really consider. Alright, I'm not gonna go there. 41 seconds, 25 seconds, alright. So, more water walk, please. So this is a strange looking island, which we're gonna see if we can investigate. Now, what I'm doing here is I am constantly mashing the jump key to climb this steep wall. Now, what you see here is an obelisk. Obelisks are not vital, but they're like a side quest that exists in the auto notes. It's not a quest that appears in the current quest book, it's one that appears in auto notes, you can see here. And it's not mandatory, but it gives a, let's say, pretty interesting reward. Not the thing that I would consider like without this you will lose the game, but it's like a side quest, very nice side quest. And it's very typical, the solution to the side quest is very typical of New World computing. But I could climb up this slope, but I don't think I can climb back up. I would have to use the spell to get out. So, what's the time? Time is 4:39, and where are we? So we're fairly close to the temple. So what I might do is go back, heal up, go back here again, and you can see there are some blue spots. These blue spots are horseshoes, most likely, if I remember correctly. Next to most of the obelisks, there should be some horseshoes available. So I'm going to pick them up now and get the first clue. That should be an efficient use of our time. If you're falling down from too much of a height, you can lose some health. 14 minutes, that's fine. Which is why there's a spell in the game called Featherfall. Ah, see, thanks to Wizard Eye, now I see that I missed one herb on this map. Perfect. And actually, let's see what we found. Ah, shield, okay. Nothing too grand. Acolyte is talking to a fool.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
What?
Can we assist you?
All right.
Luck be with you.
In order to make even better use of our spells, I should have cast Water Walk before I healed up. But we don't have that many offensive spells to need spell points for, so I'm just gonna ignore this. So typically what you would need to do here is to cast Fly. There is such a oh, you saw me already. Cast it and like you can get in here. So let's jump down. Like once you get Fly in your spell book, it's the game is over basically. Once you get Town Portal, Lloyd's Beacon, and Fly, the game turns into a shit show. Not that I don't like shit shows. The surface of the obelisk is blood warm to the touch. A message swims into view as you remove your hand. Nrr, tf, tsr. Sorry, tsr. This message appears in our outnotes now. Obelisk message number 15. So this is a clue that you have to solve. But interesting thing is, even if you do know the answer to this riddle because you played this game 50 times already, you cannot actually reach the conclusion. You cannot finish this quest until you've collected all the obelisks. That's like a little safety catch for to force you to go through all this, through all the all the walking and finding. All right, so let's execute order 66 and go to Free Heaven. Right. So this fountain is not quite nice in restoring hit points. And what do I want to do? I said we want to learn air magic expertise and merchant expertise. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And we'll use the rest of the day to look around and kill what we can. And next day we'll sleep in the inn. The next day come back to Sorpigal and finish the abandoned temple. Let's do it. So let's do a guided tour. It doesn't really matter if we go around the map and start killing people. You saw there were some apprentice mages and mages over here. There's more enemies over here, and this like one big enemy area. So just gonna stick more to the town, collect quests, look at the inventories, what can we sell, what can we buy, and teach us some nifty skills. But I think this will be a good place to actually finish this episode. Hasn't been as long as the other ones, but it's actually quite difficult for me to keep talking for an hour at a time, and my mouth is running very dry now, so I'm gonna continue this journey in episode number 6. Have fun.